fantastic performance from you guys. Are you happy with how it all played out?
Yeah, we got the win. So we extended out to game 3, and that was important for us. You know, I got to credit the guys, right, because this is 4 games in 8 days, and it wasn't a friendly film session this morning. No. But this is how they respond. We always tend to do a good job bouncing back. We were disappointing in Sydney, and the crazy thing is and this is what we highlighted, was we were only down 4 with a minute to go, and we highlighted at least 21 deficiencies on our end, both on the offence and the defence. And so to come out and make that adjustment was massive. Taj was massive. I mean, yeah, for him to come out and defy doctor's orders, it's just what this team is, and they're gritty and they're tough and they know what's on the line. So very happy.
What does that performance from Taj do for the rest of the squad? Just the fact that he was willing to go out there and play.
Oh, you can probably answer that one.
Say that again.
What does Taj playing through what he did and making sure he came back and playing more than half an hour? What's that doing for the playing group, seeing him putting his body on the line and coming out playing?
I mean, it makes us just want to go out there and play hard for each other, you know? Like when somebody is down and they keep going, you know, we always want to, you know, play hard for each other. So that's exactly what he did, and we wanted to do the same thing in return.
There's a lot of emotions on the court for both teams. How did you feel being out there?
It was fun. I was just playing basketball, you know, it was fun out there, but a lot of emotions for sure, but good to get the win.
What's the status on Shannon? Obviously didn't suit up tonight. How's he travelling?
Yeah, again, this is the problem with the schedule, trying to jam in all these games before the FIBA break. With the flight, there was just a little concern. We went and got the MRI. There were some things that, you know, you could potentially play through. But it was one of those situations where if he didn't feel confident in it, it could become worse. And so we trusted the group to extend this out to 3 games, and we'll see how he goes and pulls up. But you know, the way the guys got going early, it was one of those situations where I felt pretty confident that I could sit him out, potentially looking to preserve him for game 3.
You spoke during the week about not knowing where the line was going to be in terms of what to tech and what's not. That early tech that you caught, was that kind of testing the boundaries, or you testing the boundaries, or just making a point?
It's interesting, right? It wasn't a tech 2 nights ago, but he got fouled. He got fouled, took away his landing space. That rule applies for some and not for others.
Have you ever, since you've taken this job, have you ever seen the crowd as electric as that in the last couple of years?
You reminded me, because I was going to completely forget about mentioning the crowd. It was amazing. It was electric. I got to thank the council. They really got behind it this week. When we got back, we did some media. They drove it. You know, we got the logos around the city. We got the logos at the lagoon on the fish. It was loud. They rode every possession. I could see. Yeah, this is the cool thing, and you know, there's some arenas you go into, right, and you're so far from the crowd that it's loud, but you don't hear them. And then I remember just looking down our end, and you've got the whole back row behind the Sydney bench just giving it to them. And man, I said it yesterday, and I say it again today. It's really fun because they deserve it, and they stick around afterwards, and they want signatures and high fives, and they really appreciate good basketball, and that's what we're just trying to deliver for them.
Were they as loud as when you hit your threes, or do you think they're a little louder during the coach's injection?
Probably when I hit the 3.
Would it be more than ridiculous of me to ask Keanu, who looks more than likely on demand, if he suits up in game 3? That can't be ridiculous to say, would it?
Yeah, like he wants to. He's desperate. He's talking about wearing a concussion helmet, face mask, looking like, you know, Sub-Zero for Mortal Kombat. But we can't risk that one. Like that. There's a potential that if we can get through game 3 and then with the FIBA break, does the first week of March look more promising? 100%. Don't want to call that early, but I mean, you know, he's desperate to play, and because why not? He's part of this machine that's got us here. But it'll be just too much. It'll be bad by my end if I try and pressure him into it.
We'll jump on Zoom. Stephen, who are you reporting for?
Yeah, Adam, just wondering how Sam Wardenberg's feeling at the moment. That was a pretty heavy shoulder he copped from the big Brazilian out there. How's he feeling right now?
I haven't checked on him yet, so we'll see. Yeah, he's good to go. Tough Kiwi.
Yeah. And Majuk Deng didn't see any court action. Is he all right? Was that a DNP CD? What was the story with Majuk?
So yeah, it was really just riding the momentum of some of the guys that I had. It's a tough matchup, I think, with the forwards that they have. But you know, Sam got going early. Lat was impactful. I really didn't want to break the momentum, so you know, that was my call. And I have a chat with Juk because he's shown extreme leadership throughout the entire season. It definitely wasn't anything other than just the momentum of the game and how the guys were playing in the moment.
And sometimes can you do that? That can be a bit of a finals thing where you do shorten the rotation, and 7 guys in a final isn't completely unusual.
Yeah, I've played with a short rotation all season. You know, that's sort of how I've gone about it. I've never gone deeper probably than 8. It's just changed who's been. I mean, this is what I said last game, and even after the Perth game is, you know, Lat was the one earlier in the season registering DMPs, and now he's playing elimination games, getting, you know, 12 points, 6 rebounds, and making a massive impact.
Chris?
Lat, the fact that you're in the press conference again must mean that Forde thinks you're doing a lot right, and the fact that you're one of only 7 guys that hit the court tonight for the team means that you're doing a lot right. I mean, does it make all the hard work and what you've gone through this season worth it to now be playing such a big role in the team?
I make him do it because he's a rookie.
Yeah, that was the real reason. But I forget the question.
No, I mean, it's been a hard season for you at times, but does this make it all worthwhile?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I was just cheering on the guys when I was getting DMPs. You know, just waiting for my moment. Whether it was now or earlier on, you know, I just stayed with the guys and just kept supporting the guys and just waited my turn.
How excited are you now for Sunday, knowing that, you know, if you win, you're into the championship series?
Real excited.
Forde, what changes in terms of preparing for Sunday if Cooks plays or doesn't play from your point of view?
No, nothing changes. You know, the good thing about Sydney is they've gone deep into their bench all season, so you know, they'll run maybe some minor sets that are different depending on lineup, but you know, they haven't gone away from what works for those guys. So the big thing for us, obviously, is this will be 5 games in 10 days. You know, that's important that we make sure that we manage bodies and we do all the right things to put ourselves in the best position with an earlier tip-off as well on Sunday. So don't know who you talked to about that.
No, I don't either. But I mean, how are you feeling now, knowing that you're 1 game away from getting to a grand final and it's back on your own home court? How are you feeling, Forde?
On a week that we got it here on our home court, yeah. Like
no. I mean, your former home court. Obviously, it's a big occasion on Sunday for so many reasons.
This is my home. This is my home court here. It's been my home for a long time now. So I know you got to put in apparently like 15 years to be classified as a local in Cairns, but hopefully we can fast track that Cairns citizenship and get in sooner. But we've won there before. The boys are confident we should have won game 1 as our mindset, and yeah, like we'll go in there with the game plan, what we want to do, and execute it, and you know, live with the result. And this was important with the guys. As I said, you don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and feel like you should have done this or could have done that or left a little in the tank. And so it's really important now that we help refill that tank so they can go 100% again on Sunday.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Chris.